What is up? What is up? What is up? It's me, JD, along with my beautiful wife.
Oh, Katie.
Yes.
I thought you were going to introduce me.
Yes.
Sorry, hey.
Yes. No, I was doing that so that you could introduce yourself.
Oh.
I mean,
It was a good lead.
yeah, it was a try.
I
It was a
dropped the
try.
ball, but
It was a try. You fumbled a little bit, but
it's
you know,
okay.
it's okay.
I still got it.
That's all right. That's all right. How is everyone tonight? How is everyone tonight? If you're in the chat, please say what's up. I would appreciate it that we could do this show tonight without just having to talk to each other, because honestly, all we do is talk to each other. So it'd be nice to kind of talk to some other people.
We do love talking to each other. But yes, if you're watching, you may as well say hi. I mean, we'll say hi back. You can shoot questions back at us about the show or whatever, and
right. And also, I was gonna say also we'll
talk.
yeah, we'll respond to you. I mean, this is supposed to be interactive, so it'd be real nice if it was interactive. I'm gonna move this chat thing a little bit because it's blocking my beautiful face a little bit. So I'm gonna put that down there a little bit. There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh, I got a piece of hair sticking out. Where is it? It's always hard to like fix myself when it's a mirrored image, and I'm like, oh, it's on.
That's what I was gonna say too. It makes it difficult, but yeah, tonight we have Daredevil Born Again episode 3. How are you feeling about this episode? Are you excited about it? I know there's been a lot of talk, a lot of chatter, and I'm going to go on a bit of a rant in a little bit, but I'm gonna let everybody trickle in for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to go on a big time rant about how things are going with Marvel at the moment and how some of these content creators are handling things that are Marvel. Yeah. I got some stuff I need to get off my chest. And it'd be real nice if you guys either agree with me or disagree. Either or, it's cool. I would love to hear what you got to say though.
I'd love to hear what you've got to say.
Yeah.
I don't know what your rant's about at all, but
yeah, it's just I've been feeling a certain way, and I consume a lot of Marvel content, and I just got some things to say. Got some things I'd like to discuss. Yeah, we'll see. It might be positive for some. Some people probably need to take it as positivity, but you know.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, if you are watching, please drop a comment. I would appreciate it. Can you hear us? I hope you can hear us loud and clear. Because yeah, it seems like every time I do the stream, something weird happens as far as like a setting that I had that's automatically or all of a sudden just different. And then I got to spend like an hour trying to tweak things and make sure everything is squared away and straightened out. So I'm hoping that everything is squared away and straightened out.
And squirreled away.
And squirreled away. Yeah, squirrel girl.
Yeah.
Squirrel girled away. But yeah, we got like 25 minutes until the episode drops, and we will be watching that episode. We will not show it online because I got in trouble last week for even accidentally having the audio in the background for like 10 minutes. So I didn't realize that, but now I know that that was what gave us a issue. So I will not be doing that this time. I will be on top of it. But
it's purely accidental, but
yeah. It's never on purpose.
Triple check stuff now.
Yeah, definitely will have to do that. But yeah, just gonna give it another minute or so, and then I'll start talking because I got some stuff.
Already talking.
I got some more stuff that I want to talk about. What do you want to talk about tonight? What did you think of the first 2 episodes?
They're pretty good. I do like the camera work. I like how they're shot.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who didn't like that.
Really?
Yeah,
it's just different from the original.
It looks different from the original. It had like a different it had a different kind of feel to it. But yeah, so I feel as though it was a positive change, and yes, sometimes change doesn't feel exactly the way we want it to feel, but we need to allow things to cook a little bit. Let's put it like that.
It wasn't made just for you.
Right, exactly. So I would like to jump into a few thoughts that I had on just Marvel in general. I'm going to use Daredevil as an example of it, but more so Marvel in general at this point. People are spoiled, people are entitled, and everybody has an opinion at this point. I know I have an opinion. I got a show. I have an opinion. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have an opinion. I'm not saying that your opinion is invalid. I'm just saying that we live in a culture of pure outrage at all times. Nothing is ever just
somebody is always mad about something.
Yes.
It's annoying.
And I feel as though this show and Marvel in general is part of that. In that nothing can be good. Everything is bad. Everything bad gets clicks. Everything good doesn't. If you have just a normal opinion, your opinion gets washed away. Everybody has to be, oh my God, it's the best thing ever. Or, oh my God, it's the worst thing ever. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. And I'm talking to you guys who are content creators. Like, you do not have to be like that. I don't feel like I'm like that.
No, we watch other people's channels,
yes,
and they're always like exuberant about like, oh, it's so wonderful. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Or, oh, I hate this. Like, there's no just happy medium or like even sharing pros and cons about something. Like, make a list. Just like, I like this. I didn't like this as much, but you know, I love this aspect.
Or even allowing things to have time to simmer. We are 2 episodes into Daredevil Born Again.
Some shows need growth.
Yes, we are 2 episodes in. And people are already just writing the entire show off. Just, oh, it's trash, it's garbage. It's not what I expected. It's not what I wanted. Marvel this, Marvel that. Marvel is Jover, as one of my favorite channels always says. Dinner Nerds. Yep, I'm talking to you. I'm so tired of that. Everything does not have to be over the top. It can just be okay. I felt like the episode was a 4 out of 5. You might have felt like it was a 5 out of 5. You could have felt like it was a 0 out of 5. I don't really think it was either of those extremes. But hey, your opinion is fine. You can have your opinion. But it always has to be some sort of extreme, and that annoys me. That annoys me. And I don't know if people are just doing it for the theatrics or if they're doing it because they want to get clicks and just normal people don't get clicks and views. Maybe maybe that's our problem. Maybe that's why we only got 345 subs.
Because we're real talk.
Because we just we're not over the top with everything. Like, if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. And if it's somewhere in between, which 95% of all this stuff is, we're gonna say that too. Now, when we felt that something was bad and not that good, that's
when we had everybody watching, actually.
When we voiced it and said that, well, I mean, but that's how we felt, like, and it was true. I don't think Agatha All Along was that good. It really wasn't. But when we came out and said, oh, you know, it's trash, oh, it's garbage, then everybody has something to say about it. Everybody has something to say. I'm not doing that. If it's average, it's gonna be average. If it's normal, it's gonna be normal. If it's a great show, I will say that it's a great show. For something to be like all the way at the top, it has to be stellar, exceptional. Infinity War Endgame, 5 out of 5. Top of the mountain. Everything else just about did not meet that. Those are the only things that I'm going to be over the moon excited about. Now, moving forward, we may get some stuff that's going to get us to that level again. Like, once we get Doomsday, once we get Secret Wars, maybe we'll get to that level again. But I do know for sure that if it's a 4 out of 5 or 3.5 out of 5, I'm not going to be on here talking about how Marvel is dead, Marvel is over, Marvel is finished, because that's not true. Everything doesn't have to be the greatest thing on earth. It doesn't have to be the best thing that we've ever seen. Everything doesn't. It can be okay and it can be average. And if it's bad, okay, we can let them know it's bad. But Marvel or like Daredevil, it's not bad. But I've seen so many people in the YouTube space say that, oh, it's bad, oh, it's horrible. And that's just not correct. It's not bad and it's not horrible. Yeah, you can have your opinion, but I disagree with your opinion.
Just because something's different doesn't mean it's wrong.
Exactly. And don't do your outrage just for clicks. Don't do it just for views. Am I finished with my rant?
I think so.
Okay.
But I'm not you. Are you finished with your rant?
If you disagree with me, say something about it in the comments right now. Like the video. Dislike the video. I don't care. We got 345 subs. It doesn't matter, right? But yes, please, I would enjoy to debate this with you. Is Marvel done? No. Is Marvel the greatest right now? No. It's somewhere in between, and it is perfectly fine for it to be in between. Is Daredevil Born Again the greatest show on earth? No. Is it the worst show that Marvel has put out, like I saw so many comments of people making? No.
That's sad.
No. Everything doesn't have to be an extreme. I appreciate you for checking this video out.
Most days I'm just mid.
Nothing wrong with being mid sometimes.
I'm not always up here.
Yes.
I'm not always down here.
Yes.
Most of the time I'm just in the middle.
Yes.
And that's okay.
And then when people are outraged about stuff, it drowns out like true opinions. If everything is, oh, it's the worst ever. Everything that comes out is the worst thing ever. Everything is the worst thing ever. When that happens, then when you say something that is actually really, really bad, then it just sounds like everything else. There need to be levels to all of this. There need to be degrees to all of this.
That's like what you say when we're dealing with when our kids have an oopsie.
Yes.
What level of oopsie is it? Do we go hard on them for what they did in that moment? Or is this one where we're just like, oh, well, it's not as bad as the other one, so we'll give them kind of a break.
Exactly. All right, I'm finished ranting. We're going to go into a breakdown of the preview trailer for episode 3 of Daredevil Born Again. So I'm going to go ahead and switch screens and we're going to get that started right about
Meow.
Ooh, did you see that? The music stopped like right on beat. That was perfect.
It's scared of you.
All right. So I like to yeah, I know.
I'm terrified now.
I like to take videos from other channels that may discuss Marvel things related, and use that as a springboard to talk about things that I want to talk about. So Emergency Awesome, which is one of my favorite channels, they discuss the episode 3 trailer. So we are going to check that out and use that as a springboard for our conversation. And like I said, if you would like to jump in the chat, go for it. If you have things that you'd like to say them, as long as they're appropriate. I would appreciate it. So without further ado, let's get this going. I do.
It's hard to come to terms with a violent nature. Or get your hands on somebody, huh? Maybe a little bit scared. Scared about what that means. Retribution is the closest any of us will ever get to justice.
Welcome back, everyone. It's
all right. Quick thoughts before we even get into the commentary. What do you think?
I love the Punisher.
Yeah, I'm hoping we get some Punisher in this episode. I'm not sure that's gonna happen or not, but I would hope that we do. One other thing that I saw, I love the Bullseye stuff. Bullseye was one of the best parts of the first episode with everything that happened. I'm assuming that you've seen that episode, so yeah, we're gonna be talking spoilers in this. But seeing Bullseye and the way that he the things that he did in the first episode were surprising to me at the very least. And then on top of that, I hope that we get more of his motivations for doing the things that he did outside of everything that we saw at the end of Daredevil season 3. I know that does have something to do with his motivations behind this, but he should also be mad at Kingpin. So I'm really hoping that he is going to jump on and say something. But I see we got some comments. Tommy is back. What's good, man? What's good? Yo, what's up? Seattle Ryan, long time no see. When does it start? It starts at 8 p.m. Central Time, so about 15 minutes from now is when the episode starts. So I appreciate you guys for jumping in and commenting. You know how we roll on here, man. You guys are part of the family, so go ahead, comment away, and we'll discuss things.
I don't have friends. I got family.
I love having a soundboard.
Charlie. Marvel's released a couple new Daredevil trailers for the next couple episodes, so we'll break it all down. There's a bunch of stuff going on here, and I know there's still a bunch of questions about some of the big twists of the first couple episodes, particularly the Foggy twist. Everybody examining all that footage and evidence with a microscope, looking for ways to explain how Foggy could still be alive secretly. If you're brand new to the channel,
I'm pretty sure in the comics, he did fake his death at one point in time. It was part of a bigger storyline and subplot, but I'm pretty sure that did happen. So I'm wondering if they're going that route on here. But I mean, he looked dead to me. He looked dead.
That there's a point at this time for him to be faking his death.
Yeah, I don't know either.
What does that matter?
I don't know either. Yeah, we'll see.
Doing videos for all the episodes, be sure to subscribe to get everything. Heading into episode 3, the biggest thing is the way they ended episode 2 with Matt straight up killing those dirty cops with the Punisher tattoo.
Now I know we were talking and I said, yeah, I was saying that I didn't know if he like killed them or not. And that was the first thing you said, like, oh, they're dead.
They
and
did.
Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe he just got like a broken neck from slamming his face into the ground.
No, they were dead.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know.
They gone.
Yeah, sounds like they are.
Obviously a big part of the Punisher's arc this season. There's so many teasers to that. It's a big part of the White Tiger storyline with him being in prison, framed for the death of that one
Seattle Ryan
Punisher
says, all I can
logo
say is
cop.
so far so good.
Not
Marvel
totally clear what they were doing, intimidating that other person, beating him up when White Tiger thought that he was being mugged and tried to save him, leading to all this chaos. Just seems like there's a group of dirty cops inside the police because Kingpin kept talking about some of the police being dirty. And not totally clear why they're wearing the Punisher logo. I think that's actually meant to be ripped from the real life pages. Like they wanted the Punisher arc to be him going after the cops that were using his logo, but doing all kinds of shady stuff that he wasn't cool with.
Just like I said last week, I love the Punisher. I love the Punisher logo. My Hummer had the Punisher logo on it. And
I love Punisher. That was my favorite of the arc of the shows.
Yeah, and it got co-opted by some other people, so I had to let that go.
Other people.
Yeah, others. I appreciate you guys.
For the rest of us.
Yeah, pretty much.
That love it for a whole different reason.
Right. Just because it's cool. Not because. Just leave it alone.
Mostly just straight up killing people, stealing stuff, being the dirtiest cops you could possibly be. There was this real life phenomenon the last 4 or 5 years, probably more than that, where you saw a lot of real life police and authorities wearing Punisher logo tattoos, doing a lot of really hardcore stuff that people thought was crossing the line, creating all kinds of moral controversy where it comes to comic book fans, like Marvel, corporate just in general, because just in general, big brands generally don't like people using their logos in that way. Same thing happened with HBO and Game of Thrones in the last couple of elections. Like there were people that were using Game of Thrones theme music for a lot of their political rallies. HBO got really pissed off about it. You notice the logos themselves, like the actual tattoos, are.
That stuff.
Yeah, no, I hadn't even heard about the Game of Thrones stuff, but that's crazy too. That's crazy. And yeah, you can't just take it and run with it and just turn it into something that it's not. That's not okay. That's not okay. Either good or bad. Even if you're using it for good, you can't just snatch something and change its meaning. You shouldn't be able to do that.
Or a combination of the Punisher logo with the American flag too. They kind of tease Fisk's tie to the police back during the Echo flashbacks to the 5-year time jump. So he had already gotten out of prison during the 5-year time jump, and it seemed like that was when he was rebuilding his power base in the power vacuum of the 5-year time jump. It was just much easier for him to do that in New York City.
Any man can be swayed by a single piece of paper.
So when he was analyzing the NYPD's makeup, he explained that some of them were dirty, like these ones wearing the Punisher logo tattoo. I don't know if they were loyal to him, to Kingpin, or if they were their own separate faction. But the other half of the cops being loyal to this old commissioner who were viewed as good cops relatively. And in the same way that it seems like Fisk, especially in a lot of this footage, is up to his same old tricks as Kingpin, like he's just being Mayor Kingpin, using Kingpin-type tactics, pretending like he's gone legit. Eventually, he's going to start using the police.
I enjoyed watching that police chief stand up to Wilson Fisk, but yeah, it definitely did not end in a good way because Fisk eventually threatened his family by showing them those pictures that he knew exactly who they were and where they were at. So, yeah, but it was cool to see him stand up to him for a little bit. So,
doesn't seem like many do.
Yeah, I know. So he gets a round of applause for that. Big time round of applause. But then once Wilson Fisk sort of showed him his family and that he had some surveillance footage of his family, I'm sure it turned into this. I just like using my soundboard.
Okay.
Police leaning on them to go after all the vigilantes more and more, which include the heroes like Spider-Man, person who wears a spider costume running around, people that wear devil horns, talking about Daredevil. He talked about the Punisher specifically during his speech too. And it just sounds like it's going to be easier for him to get this Punisher gang inside the police, like this group of police, to do what he wants them to do as part of this. They'll wind up becoming his attack dogs. Like, they'll just do whatever he says. Like, go out and arrest all these people. Arrest Matt Murdock. Arrest the Punisher. Arrest Spider-Man. For those of you asking, though, not expecting Spider-Man to show up on the series, because the head of Marvel TV revealed that Sony had the rights to hour-long live-action Spider-Man TV base.
Spider-Man showing up here would be cool, but I mean, I think it's just a different vibe. Like, this is a different vibe from Spider-Man.
I don't feel like Spider-Man really belongs.
Unless they decide to take Spider-Man into a different direction in the next movie, which is, I've heard that it's supposed to be a little bit darker for him.
More adult.
So yeah, if we get into that sort of level, I think then he may fit to some degree in this show. But as he currently is, nah, that would be weird. I mean,
now he's still like just a bubbly kid.
Right. That's not the correct vibe for
Not
this.
for this.
No.
Look way out of place.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
No,
how's it going?
right.
Stuff. They had the rights to half-hour animation Spider-Man stuff, which is why Marvel Studios can do the animated Spider-Man stuff like during X-Men 97, where they brought back the 90s Spider-Man from that series. But Sony can do the live-action Spider-Man Noir series with him because they have those specific rights for that type of a show. Most of the footage we see of the Punisher seems like...
And yes, Seattle Ryan, we do need some more Punisher showing up. And I hope we get it. I mean, they've shown him in this in the preview, so
I know.
I'm guessing that we're gonna get some this time. Yeah, and he looks like he's been through a lot. He ain't looking the best right now.
He ain't looking the worst right now.
gets broken up across a couple different scenes in different actual episodes. Like, first he will go to Punisher, asking him to help him get someone that he's not willing to do himself, where Punisher will kind of throw that in his face. Because remember, way back in season 2, I think a lot of their conversations when it comes to that go back to those scenes on the rooftop in season 2 where Punisher captured him and tried to confront him with the whole morality of the issue. Like, you're just one bad day away from being me. You're just like me. And really, that's kind of what happened during the rooftop fight where Foggy died and he almost killed Bullseye, even though he tried to. The reason why Bullseye survived that fall, and Daredevil wasn't expecting him to, is because he got that metal spine, the cogmium spine, at the end of Daredevil Season 3.
I have nothing to say, Your Honor.
There are a lot of people that also think that part of his skull got replaced too with that cogmium, which would also help him survive that fall, like just barely survive. But it is a cool Easter egg callback to that Bullseye post-credit scene from Season 3. I'm still working on a completely separate...
I did a whole video on how his spine could have been fused with adamantium like they did in the comics. So yeah, go back and check that out if you want to see that. It is a video that ties together Captain America, Brave New World, and Daredevil.
For a Foggy video, so I'll discuss all that stuff during that. But the head of Marvel TV said that Elton Henson would be back in Season 2. He didn't say how he was bringing him back. Like, he didn't outright say, oh no, he's still alive, we're just faking his death. He just said that Elton Henson would be back as Foggy in some way in Season 2, along with Karen Page. Karen Page, though, will be back at the end of this season as Season 1, but they didn't say exactly what she'll be doing. But obviously, she's still alive and well right now. Here's where it gets a little weird, though. There's a brand new shot of Dex, Bullseye, in front of this broken doorway with the glass here that's been shattered. Maybe this is a flashback because it seems like he's going to prison right away. Like, there's footage of him literally being carted into prison for his consecutive life sentences. There are a number of ways to explain how they show him out of prison, and most of those involve flashbacks of some kind. So this might just be a scene leading up to the events of him killing Foggy and trying to kill Karen. Then there's a bunch of scenes from Muse that I'm assuming are from a couple different episodes throughout the season. There's a couple different scenes where you see him carting bodies down the tracks here to his lair, where you see all this crazy artwork, which is also based on comic book Muse. He's meant to be a deranged artist who is pursuing justice, but in his own eyes, vigilante justice is way, way more hardcore than even something the Punisher would consider legit. basically
little bit.
killing all kinds of corrupt cops, judges, politicians, but using them to create these really gruesome murals, like literally turning their bodies into murals. One of the big differences, though, in the comics, he does have special powers that help block Daredevil's radar sense his abilities, so it's really hard for Daredevil to fight him. I don't know that they're doing that with his special powers on the
I
actual
hope
show.
they do that.
And one of the other big changes they're
I wanna
making
see
from the
Daredevil have
comic
a
book
challenge.
news storyline is that a lot of his victims were the Inhuman characters around New York City, and we're not really doing Inhumans during Daredevil Born Again.
What mouth?
This cool shot of the camera rotating around with him as he rolls over on the ground of his lair here might be from later when he's either in the fight with Daredevil, which I think is from like the last couple of episodes, like where you see Daredevil fighting him in his lair. There's a bunch of trailers. I think that's actually from like the last couple episodes, literally. We get the scene of Punisher talking about wanting to get his hands on somebody. That's the reason why he goes to find Punisher, because he needs Frank's help in actually getting his hands on somebody that he feels like he can't do himself because he hasn't put the costume back on yet. A lot of people wondering when that's going to happen, like how many episodes before he puts the costume back on. My assumption it'll probably be at least episode 4. I think the bank heist will happen before that because he puts the red mask on in the middle of daylight and has to shift into Daredevil mode. So it's a little bit like him being reborn, so to speak, as this newer version of Daredevil, kind of playing with the title of the actual series itself, Daredevil Born Again. Like he's reborn and eventually will put the costume back on. Not sure if the bank heist happens during episode 3 or episode 4 though, but I think it's right after that, like the episode after the bank heist.
I love that shot right there. Like, that's so cool. For somebody to have a shotgun pointed to your head and you're just looking like it's nothing. Real quick, Seattle Ryan says it's not going to be Penguin level, but it has potential to be heading in the right direction. Yeah, I think that's all we want. I mean, I don't think that it has to be the best show. It just needs to be consistent. It needs to be good. And I think that that's where we're at currently. So, yeah, that's just a little bit of a preview of this upcoming episode. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment. Yes, keep leaving your comments. As you can see, we do live streams for Daredevil Born Again every Tuesday starting at 7:30 p.m. So that's what we're doing tonight. And if you're watching this after the fact, I really appreciate you.
Me too.
We'll see you when we see you. Peace. All right. So I'm going to take that off the screen and pull up my Disney Plus because I'm waiting for the episode to show. But yeah.
I like that one in the middle.
The Spider-Man?
No, in the middle.
Oh, Wolverine. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Get off his jock. Get off his jock.
Who says that?
Yeah, I do. But yeah, so we are going to be having the episode. We'll be commenting on the episode live. We cannot show the episode live. If you have done this with us before, we can't show the episode live, but we will be watching it and commenting on it.
You can't hear the episode on our end either.
Yep. I am going to pull up a different screen that is going to show the a Daredevil timer that I have now so that you can sync up your episode with us and you'll know exactly how long we have been streaming. So yeah, I was working on that earlier in the week too. So
good job.
Seattle Ryan says it's been a minute since I watched the show with you. I'll be glad to watch this episode with you. Sweet. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been since we go back to the Penguin days. That was fun. That was fun. And we had a small crew then, but it was fun. It was great to have all the commentary. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch screens and get on this one. Okay.
Hi.
So yes, we will be starting shortly. Like I said, I have a timer. I am going to leave the comments and stuff up here so you guys can see them. I will be muting my desktop audio, which is what I didn't do last time, and that's what got us in trouble. So I will start the episode after I log in, and I will pause it real quick and then we will start. So hold on. It is loading for me. Okay. So I am going to start my timer now. If you are going to start, you can run with me as soon as this clock starts. So 3, 2, 1. Would you look at that? It works.
Fancy.
And yes, we are watching the recap.
And you have the sound off for them?
I have to turn it down just a little bit.
That was a twist.
Yeah, I know. Not skipping the recap. Not skipping the recap. At least not this time. Episode has started. Man, Matt out here making promises, boy. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. And no, I'm not skipping the intro or anything like that this time either. So it's just going to run straight through. I like how this intro is similar to the Netflix one, but a little bit different. I still like the Netflix one better. Still like it better.
Same.
This one may grow on me though. We'll see. We'll see.
If I had never seen the Netflix one, I'd think this one was pretty awesome.
Right. It's just the Netflix one can't. I don't know if that can be beat. And yeah, if you're watching along with us, feel free to comment and we can discuss those comments as we watch together. You think She-Hulk makes an appearance? I'm of the opinion it should be a hard no, but that's just me. Yeah, I don't want to see any She-Hulk in this. Like, not the right vibe. And yeah, that of all the Marvel shows, that was the one I probably liked the least. Yeah, just wasn't feeling the vibe of that show. So Just like we were saying with Spider-Man earlier, I don't think that She-Hulk would work in this one either. Just not the right feel. They can rehab that character though and make her better.
She's kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
I mean, not bad for her own show, but
right.
She a little cheesy.
Yeah. Who still carries a wallet?
Yeah.
Mm. Dang, dude gave his wallet and still got taken care of. That's not cool. Oh, his egg and asparagus breakfast.
It was like that one piece of asparagus.
Disgusting. Like it has no salt on it, no pepper.
Like I love eggs and asparagus separately, but also, aren't you still hungry after that?
Yeah, he ain't a little dude. And I hate seeing like her all the way at one end of the table and him at the other one. Like I guess it's showing their distance, but you know, I could never not eat next to you. That wouldn't be cool.
I know. I've always felt like people that are on total opposite ends of the table and, you know, not even in any of those other chair spaces probably don't have the best relationship.
Mm-hmm.
She's fed up.
She is right. Coffee or tea and orange juice.
I can't do coffee and orange juice. It's
Oof.
icky to go
Yeah,
back
it sounds
and forth.
rough. Both of them got bloody knuckles and jacked up. Who did Kingpin hit? I don't remember him hitting anybody last episode, so he must be doing some other stuff behind the scenes.
Mm. I was wrong.
I know, yeah, I didn't think he was gonna be dead. Shoulder checked him on the way out too. Yeah, I didn't think he was dead. I didn't think he was dead. It did look like he was jacked though. He hit the ground hard. Oh yeah, he definitely told that cop what was up. And yeah, you're not gonna outsmart Matt Murdock either, especially when it comes to law stuff. Like,
Mm-mm.
dang. Why would dude lie about that? It's so easily provable.
Hesitated way too long.
Why would you lie about that? That's like the biggest basic thing in the case. Yeah, wherever Torres is, they're gonna have to keep him safe. Are they gonna get him or no? What do you think?
Probably.
Yeah. What do you think, Ryan? Are they gonna get? They gonna get this guy or no? Well, I should say, are the bad guys gonna get this guy or no?
Probably just know where they're at.
Yeah, I don't know. And then if Daredevil knew that something was going on, like he should have did something more. You would think. That judge is a jerk. Yes. What a jerk. Hey, beat him up again.
Hard when there's twisted cops too. You can't even call them.
I bet you dude's not even gonna be in that van.
That'd be smart.
He's a detective too. Mm-hmm. Called
They
it.
took a taxi.
Mm-hmm. Better hurry up.
Yay. Looks like he's never worn a suit before.
I know. I never seen somebody look so uncomfortable in a suit.
Oh, looks sloppy and. Why even get him there?
Hmm. Good luck now, bro. You done so. Yeah.
Worked so hard to get him there and he didn't even say anything.
Mm-hmm. And they still gonna get rid of him. So
Little tracksuit.
I know. They're leaning heavy into the courtroom drama of the show, which is interesting. Did not film this scene together.
Yeah, you said that before. Why did they not film it together?
You know, I don't remember. I know I read that they
odd.
didn't film some of their scenes and stuff together, so I don't know what that was all about.
Maybe they really don't like each other.
Yeah, I don't know. You would think they would figure out a better time to talk about that stuff than the therapist's office. At the La Bodega, as in the bodega, unless it's someplace called La Bodega, that doesn't make sense. I say that's not exactly the truth either, though, because he did throw him. He was trying to pull him away and get him away, but he kind of threw him onto the tracks.
Why you call him out like that?
Because he wanted to paint him as a hero, saying that he wouldn't just hurt somebody on purpose.
Yeah, but you mess up this guy's life.
I was gonna say he should have talked about it first.
Right?
If you're watching right now and haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button. Support our channel.
Says, I don't think you understand.
Seattle Ryan says, hit it so long ago, my man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. See how this is gonna work now.
Mm-hmm.
Officer Morales. Easter, Easter, Easter egg. Miles Morales is dead as a police officer.
I recognize the name.
I'm Judge smirking, man. I thought judges are supposed to be like impartial, stoic. It's a smart comeback. Very smart comeback. About that. So, what do you think? Are they going to find him guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Still got his horn. I think he's gonna be guilty. I don't know how he gets out of it eventually, but I think he's gonna be guilty. If you're watching right now, what do you think? Guilty or not guilty? Guilty. Mm. Wow. Yeah, I'm surprised, Ryan.
I told you.
I know. I'm surprised, Ryan. He got all the way off. Wow. Then I mean, how is that not manslaughter though? Like they saying it's self defense. I mean, they were fighting somebody, but he jumped in the fight.
Yeah.
So like, how is that not manslaughter? Yeah, I mean, I can get.
Stop trying to make him guilty.
I can get that it's not like first degree murder, but it's kind of manslaughter.
No.
That was a good theory though, Ryan.
Now who's gonna go get him? Somebody's gonna go find him.
Ooh, Fist don't like that. A vigilante free makes me want to eat eggs and asparagus.
Single stalk of asparagus. Asparagus beer.
Is he cooking?
Excuse me.
Hey, man.
People who have not the greatest eyesight can still do big things.
I'm not saying they can't, but cooking is an interesting one, man. I don't know if I could try cooking blindfolded with my eyes closed. I might try it one time. Hopefully the house don't burn down.
I mean, if you know the recipe, then you know how to get the ingredients and how much of each. And I mean, they probably don't. Your mom probably doesn't just give you like a pan and say good luck. I'm sure they teach you a couple times.
Still stuck on the cooking, man. He lifted the pot up and went like this. Like, what is that?
You're like the girls. They couldn't figure out how to buckle their seatbelt this morning because the garage was dark. And I said, people that can't see can buckle their seatbelts just fine. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah. You just feel where the darn seatbelt is and put it in. We're not going to talk about all his people.
No,
Okay.
of course not. Blind man cooketh.
Aw. Okay. He just didn't want the attention. He didn't want the praise. Mm. Told you. Mm.
Oh, that caught me by surprise.
I told you.
Oh man.
I always die.
Wow.
Stop, man.
Wow. 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 All right, let me turn off my timer real quick. Oh, you hear the bird?
What is that?
It's the bird that Hector was talking about at the beginning of the episode.
Oh.
Oh man.
That's
Mm. Uh. Uh. A little choked up on that one. Dang. That was that was good. That was so good. That was so
Was
good.
it birds? I thought it was frogs or something.
Oh, frog. Yeah, it was a frog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not a bird. Not a bird. It was a frog. All right, man. All right. Let me switch. Let me Oh, wow. That was excellent. That was excellent.
I'm really over this Kingpin guy.
That was
He's
excellent,
been
man.
annoying me since day
And I
one.
mean, like, okay, it was all right, let's do just a little bit of a recap. So thanks for checking out another episode of Watch Stuff with us. We just finished watching Daredevil Born Again, episode 3. And yes, Ryan, we'll see you next week, bro. Thanks for checking it out, man. Yeah, we just finished watching Daredevil Born Again, episode 3. Man, I'm almost at a loss for words after watching it. I thought that it was an excellent episode first and foremost. The build up behind Hector Ayala and showing, you learned about his character and what he stood for through the conversations of what he did and how he helped people. And he
That is
was
so cool that they all took the stand too to tell their story.
right. You had all the people going to take the stand to explain how he helped them, how he saved them, how he saved their life. Even cops were there to save his life, or even he was there to save cops' lives. So, yeah, that was powerful. Seeing Matt Murdock as a lawyer was great. I think that we didn't see a ton of that in the Netflix series, but to see an actual episode that was closer to Law and Order than a Marvel show was pretty incredible to me. And yeah, just seeing the way that they were able to show the humanity behind what Hector was able to do. Seeing the portion where you had the key witness decide to not testify for whatever reason. They didn't explain it, but for whatever reason, the key witness decided to not testify, which then led to Matt having to change up his approach, and he went to reveal that Hector was White Tiger. And I think that it was successful because Hector ended up getting off and was not guilty. Even during the episode I was watching, I was like, I don't know about like fully not guilty, but
I just knew when he was
yeah,
found not guilty that they were coming for him.
yeah. But yeah, fully he got off completely, fully not guilty. You see him at the end of the episode sort of standing there, and he put his White Tiger mask on and he was messing with his medallion a little bit. And what I thought is that we were gonna get a fight scene with him like kicking butt. Like I was about to say, oh man, like Daredevil got somebody on his side now. And for them to juxtapose that with Kingpin talking about how he doesn't like vigilantes. Vigilantes aren't the type of people that you need to stand for. Vigilantes aren't the people that need to be supported. They need to be taken care of and removed from the streets. And so Kingpin decided to take matters into his own hands and do exactly that. And you see White Tiger walk down the block. You hear somebody screaming, so it gets his attention. He jogs down the block a little bit, trying to figure out where it came from, and then boom, somebody pops him in the head. Just so happened that person had a Punisher logo on his chest plate. That I'm 100% sure that was not the actual Punisher doing that. That was the police co-opted group that is using the Punisher logo.
Right, which is terrible.
Yeah. They took that logo and now they turn it into something else. Just like what happened in real life. Interesting. But just seeing that and him being, shot at the end like that completely caught me off guard. Completely. Like, I was not expecting that. Like 100% was not expecting that. There's a lot of things that I usually can predict things pretty well on shows, but like that one, nope.
I could tell once he started jogging that it was gonna happen, but I watch a
No,
lot of murder shows.
You do. That's your thing.
So like I'm always like one step ahead. Like I knew that.
Yeah, that's your thing. That's not my thing. So like I said, I was expecting a fight scene to pop off, and
That's your
no.
action adventure self.
I know.
Like
And
the dark
and then he
mystery.
he just got popped and now he's dead. So where do we go from here? And not gonna lie, like I got a little choked up. I still am a little choked up about it. I don't really know why, because it's not like I was so drawn to the White Tiger character or I cared about him that much, but yeah, I felt like he was good. And then at the very end,
few weeks of his life were not
good for the poor guy. Not at all. And then at the very end, to see or to hear the frog that he talked about early in the episode, just chirping and making it sound, and knowing that he's not going to be able to see that again, like that was a great callback. And I'm sorry if people don't like this episode, I don't know what to tell you. This was not
Yeah, we all would have liked it if he lived.
Yeah,
We understand that.
of course. Yeah. Like, of course, I wanted him to live, but the way they pulled this off and turned it into something, at least on my end, that wasn't expected. Like, I cannot wait to go back and watch people's reactions to this, just to see how they felt when that happened. I don't even know what my face looked like. I need to go back and see what I look like. You need to go back and check out the live stream watch party that we had, so you can see my reaction to that situation live, because I don't know if my jaw dropped, but I was definitely shocked. And then when the frog came on at the end, like, man, yeah, got a little choked up, surprisingly choked up. And it's not often that shows and movies and stuff do that to me. The older I get, the more that it does that, but
What about Up?
Oh God, let's not talk about that. Anyway, what would you rate this episode on a scale of 1 to 5? You can use half points. What would you rate this episode?
I said this one was a 4.
Yep, I would go with a 4 as well. I thought it was solid. I felt like last week's episode, in retrospect, was definitely a 4.5. I feel like that one was a little bit better than this one, only because of the action scenes and stuff. I really like that.
Right, we didn't get that.
Right, we didn't get that, but this was great in a different way.
And you got to see the other side of him, where he's just always doing his lawyer stuff. So
Right.
cool.
Yeah, no, it's definitely cool. And you can see him flex his muscles like that too. Like, what he came up with and his plan for defense was not something that I expected him to do, but it was something that he pulled off pretty well. So, yeah, please drop a comment below. Let me know what you thought of that ending. I'm still a little bit shook from it. So, yeah, I would love, or we would love, to chat with you guys about it in the comments below. So let us know what you think. And yeah, there's so much Daredevil Born Again content on our channel. Please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you're notified each and every time we go live. We will be back again next week to do another live stream at 7:30 p.m. Central Time for Daredevil Born Again episode 4. So tune in to that. For everybody who came out tonight, I appreciate you for coming out tonight and watching it with us. But yeah, we are going to sign off now, and we will catch you on the flip side, as in another video that we'll be dropping tomorrow and some other point all week. We got stuff dropping all week. So yeah, check it out. We appreciate you. Peace.